Spartacus, a name etched in the annals of history, evokes images of a fearless gladiator who challenged the might of the Roman Republic. Born in Thrace, a region in southeastern Europe known for its fierce warriors, Spartacus's early life remains shrouded in mystery. While the exact details of his birth and upbringing are unknown, historians believe he may have served as an auxiliary soldier in the Roman army. Thrace, during Spartacus's time, was a melting pot of cultures and tribes, often caught in the crosshairs of Roman expansion. This turbulent environment likely instilled in Spartacus a sense of independence and a warrior's spirit. Though the circumstances remain unclear, Spartacus eventually found himself enslaved by the Romans, a stark contrast to his former life as a free man. This dramatic shift from freedom to captivity would ignite a fire within him, a burning desire for liberation that would ultimately shape his destiny. The life of a gladiator was one of brutal training, fierce competition, and the ever-present shadow of death. Sold into slavery, Spartacus found himself at the gladiatorial school in Capua, one of the most renowned training grounds in the Roman Republic. Here, he endured the harsh realities of gladiatorial life, undergoing rigorous training and facing the prospect of fighting to the death for the entertainment of Roman citizens. Despite the brutal conditions, Spartacus's strength, courage, and tactical mind quickly marked him as an exceptional fighter. He excelled in his training, mastering the art of swordsmanship and hand-to-hand combat. Yet, beneath the veneer of a skilled gladiator, Spartacus never surrendered his dreams of freedom. The spirit of the Thracian warrior, once yearning for the open plains of his homeland, now burned with a fierce determination to break free from the shackles of Roman slavery. The gladiatorial school in Capua, while a place of rigorous training and brutal spectacle, inadvertently became the crucible for Spartacus's rebellion. In 73 BC, Spartacus, along with about 70 other gladiators, dared to challenge their fate. Armed with whatever weapons they could scavenge, knives, spits, and farming implements, they overpowered their guards in a daring escape that would send shockwaves throughout the Roman Republic. This act of defiance, born out of desperation and fueled by the desire for freedom, marked the beginning of what would become known as the Third Servile War, the largest slave revolt in Roman history. News of the gladiators' escape spread like wildfire, igniting a spark of hope in the hearts of slaves across the Italian peninsula. Spartacus, initially just one man yearning for freedom, had become a symbol of resistance against oppression. Section 4. The flame ignites. Spartacus leads the slave revolt. As Spartacus and his fellow escapees fled the confines of their captivity, their numbers swelled with runaway slaves eager to cast off the yoke of Roman oppression. Shepherds, farmers, and laborers, men and women, who had endured the brutality of slavery, flocked to Spartacus's banner, their ranks growing from a handful of gladiators to a formidable army of 70,000 strong. Recognizing the need for structure and discipline, Spartacus, drawing upon his possible military experience, organized and trained his ragtag army. He instilled within them a sense of purpose, transforming them from desperate escapees into a surprisingly effective fighting force. His leadership transcended mere tactical prowess. Spartacus possessed a charisma that inspired unwavering loyalty and kindled a belief in a future free from Roman tyranny. Section 5. Victorious strides and crushing defeats, the tides of war. Under Spartacus's leadership, the slave army moved south, defeating a Roman militia force sent to quell the uprising. This victory, though seemingly insignificant against the might of Rome, sent shockwaves throughout the Republic, further emboldening the rebels and striking fear into the hearts of slave owners. Spartacus's forces, emboldened by their early successes, continued to challenge Roman authority, their victories marked by their strategic brilliance and the ferocity of their attacks. However, the Roman response was not to be underestimated. The Senate, initially dismissive of the slave revolt, began to recognize the growing threat posed by Spartacus and his followers. They dispatched legions led by experienced generals, leading to a series of bloody battles that tested the mettle of both sides. Section 6. A legacy forged in blood and defiance. The enduring impact of Spartacus. Despite their early victories, Spartacus and his army faced overwhelming odds against the full might of the Roman war machine. The Roman legions, led by the ambitious general Marcus Licinius Crassus, gradually wore down the rebel forces. In a final desperate battle near the Salurus River, Spartacus's army was crushed, and he himself is believed to have fallen fighting courageously alongside his followers. Although the rebellion was ultimately crushed, the impact of Spartacus's revolt resonated long after his death. The very notion of a slave challenging the might of Rome sent shockwaves throughout the Republic, exposing the vulnerabilities of a system built on the backs of the enslaved. Spartacus's name became synonymous with courage, resistance against oppression, and the unwavering pursuit of freedom. Section 7. Conclusion: the undying spirit of a rebel. Spartacus's story, though rooted in antiquity, continues to captivate and inspire. His journey from a proud warrior to an enslaved gladiator and finally to a rebellious leader transcends time, serving as a potent symbol of the human struggle for freedom and dignity. While his rebellion ultimately met a tragic end, it forced Rome to confront the inherent flaws within its social fabric and acknowledge the human cost of its vast empire. Spartacus's legacy extends far beyond the battlefield. He has inspired countless works of art, literature, and film, each generation finding new meaning in his struggle. His story serves as a timeless reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit, driven by a yearning for freedom and fueled by unyielding courage, can rise up to challenge even the most powerful empires.